Okay folks, so yeah, we've been having a little walk around, and like I say, later on you'll see some videos go up of me dancing now. Again, I'm going to have to work out how I actually get it up without YouTube flagging it up as copyright or infringement, whatever, blah blah. I don't think it will this time actually, because I think I've noticed that some people do covers and different things of different groups and bands and play music on there, and just as long as you give credit to the people that whose music it is, then I think you're okay. Because I'm singing a Levelers, couple of Levelers. I've got my Levelers CD with me, and in fact, what I'll do is actually I've just thought I'll possibly do a screenshot of the album that I'm singing from, and like I said, and then just put it in the comment, put it in the description box and what have you. And say who it is and what, you know. So hopefully, like I said, from what I've seen other people do, I think that's kind of how you kind of cover yourself with it. I hope anyway, because it'll be amusing if nothing else. To be quite honest, well, at least some people might find it painful to listen to actually, because I have no idea what I sound like now because I had the headphones on. When you've got your headphones on, you know, and I know I can't sing. I don't pretend to be a singer. I ain't a singer. You know, if my career depended on me being able to sing, I'd be very quickly, well, where I am now actually. So there's not much point really. You know, like I said, I know I'm not a singer, so I don't pretend. It's not about being like, oh look at me, I'm great at singing and I'm really good or whatever, blah blah blah. I know I'm not. I probably more than likely sound like a cat being strangled. I know, I understand, and I appreciate that, but nonetheless I love those songs. I love that group. I love what they stand for. I love their messaging, even though they're quite an old band now, and you know, I mean, what, 80s I think? I'm not sure. Yeah, they must have been around in the 80s, I'm sure of it. But anyway, you know, regardless, the thing is that I love their music. I love the songs, really identify with a lot of the music, and so I'm very passionate when I'm singing it. So I enjoy singing it and I enjoy dancing around. I love dancing. That's one thing I am fairly good at though. I know today it probably doesn't look that way. You know, again, some people might argue, well, that's a matter of opinion, isn't it? Maybe it is, but most people's opinions in the past of my dancing has always been really favourable and really good actually. So, you know, I'm going by what other people have said to me. Anyway, so like I say, you'll see these videos and you'll see that, you know, as I say, I'm doing a bit of dancing, singing, what have you, because I get carried away, I get caught up in it. Now, one of them is definitely quite long. It's quite a long video, so, well, like I say, I'm gonna have to wait until when we get in, and I'll see how creative I can get. Right, okay. If you're wondering what that noise is, by the way, there's a sort of little cafe. We're on top of the, actually top of the hill now, of Herne Hill? Burgess, oh, crying out loud. I don't believe it. What the heck is this place called again? God, I don't believe it. Completely escapes me. I swear to God, I'm seriously starting to wonder about my brain, you know. I'm seriously starting to wonder. Brockwell Park, even. Oh, crying out loud. So we're on the top of the hill of Brockwell Park, which is in Herne Hill. Well, actually, actually, it's because it's a big park. It actually covers a couple of areas, if I'm not mistaken, and I think I'm not sure how far back that way it goes, but I don't think that's still. Anyway, I'm not going to go. Right, so I'll just very quickly pan around just to show you very quickly. This is what the noise is coming from, because people order food from there. You can get food. I can smell it from here actually. It's a good. You know, pity you haven't got smelly vision, because like I said, you know, if you had smelly vision, then you'd be able to smell it. Yeah, so like I say, this is a picnic area sort of thing. You know, people having their lunch, and do you know what I mean? People get, you know, get food out of that cafe things, little cafe, like I say there, and then they eat their lunch out here. And there's all these picnic tables and what have you, sort of thing. So every now and again, when somebody goes in there and orders something, and then they come and sit outside, and then like they're given a number. You know, number 42, whatever it might be. I don't know if it's actually in sequence or whether it's just a randomly generated number. I have no idea. But one assumes that it's like in a sequence, you know, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. You know, so how many people actually end up ordering in there, like I said, I'm not sure. But anyway, they're given a number, and then they come and sit outside, and then when their meal is ready, there's a tannoy system out here, and then somebody will say number 42, blah blah blah, whatever it is. I'm just making the number, whatever the number is, and then they go and collect it, and then eat it out here. Obviously, I mean you can eat it in there as well. You don't have to eat it out here. You can. There, see, there you go. So as I was explaining. So if you're just wondering what that little noise is in the background every now and again, that's what it is. God, blimey, that was a very in-depth, long-winded explanation of a very not really or inconsequential thing. But that's typical of me. You know what I mean? I feel the need to explain everything in absolute every nuance and every little sort of detail and what have you. I must paint the picture. Well, I guess that's why I'm an artist, I suppose. It's because I feel the need to paint you a picture. Do you know what I mean? I can't just tell you X, Y, and Z. And I know it frustrates a lot, but sometimes it frustrates myself, to be quite honest, because it takes me forever to get to the point of something. But the thing is that, I am a bit of a storyteller at the end of the day, and the thing is that, I like to I like to give you the full details. I like to paint a picture, with words almost. I like to give you the fullest detail as possible. That's just me. Do you know what I mean? That's the artist in me, I guess. Do you know what I mean? It's the creative person in me. That, I can't just tell you, there's a tree there and there's a bench there and, some grass in between or whatever. I have to tell you the whole details of it, right? So there's 2 blades of grass over there, and there's you walk over there and there's 3 steps to this tree, and then there's or whatever. I don't know. Now I can't think of how to embellish that. But anyway, yeah. Suffice it to say that, like I said, that's what I like doing. I can't help it. It's just that I can't explain things in small, simple terms. I have to give you the long-winded version. Right. Okay. So it's absolutely gorgeous. This day is gorgeous. You see, that's another thing. I'm convinced, I like a lot of other people, although again there's no real scientific evidence apparently, and some people say it's a bit of a nonsense or whatever, but I reckon I do suffer from that sad thing. What is it, that seasonal affective disorder or whatever the heck they call it? Because I know I get more depressed in the winter time. I know I do. I get far more, I don't know. And with what's been happening, I guess it's hardly surprising. But today, because it feels so nice, you know what I mean? It's pleasant, it's warm. Well, warmish anyway, especially when the sun was out earlier on anyway. You know what I mean? It's chilling again a little bit now, but, it's a beautiful day. And I guess it's an anticipation of summer to come, you know what I mean? It's an anticipation of, is this a prelude to some really nice weather on its way, you know what I mean? Because like I said, summer is my favourite time of the year. I love summer, absolutely love summer. And like I say, winter I just get so down and miserable, and I'm looking at the trees and they're starting to look bright, even though, because in winter time when the leaves have gone and what have you, and then the dull of the winter evenings or whatever, blah blah blah, and when they're wet, and they look so much darker. And what have you, but now they're looking as though they are springing into life. You can imagine the sap rising, and look at the trees. Look at those trees there. Do you know what I mean? They look. I mean, again, it's the light of the sun is sort of highlighting them as well, obviously. Do you know what I mean? But they look like they're springing into life already. You know what I mean? They do. They look as though life's coming back to them, and well, not that it went away, but you know what I mean. So I look at that and I see the sun glinting on it and shining on it a little bit as it's breaking through some of that hazy cloud, and I don't know, it just maybe it fills my spirit with a bit of hope, I guess. I don't know what it is. I love seeing the sun when it's shining on stuff. I do. I love the way it's like the biggest spotlight in the world, isn't it? When you think about it, it's like you could have artificial lights and you could have spotlights, and a bit like all those people over there, they're doing some sort of photo shoot over there apparently. I don't know if you noticed them earlier on. There was a guy holding this gold foiled round thing. Anyway, like I say, them, and like when professional photographers or professional filmmakers or whatever, you know, have an artificial spotlight or whatever. That's nature's spotlight, isn't it? The big one, biggest spotlight you could have, and that really highlights stuff in a really nice way. At least that's what I think anyway. So, okay. Right, I guess I'm going to leave it here now because, like I say, kind of waffled on enough, and maybe I want to show you a couple of other things. Okay, so I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.